Some of the best things often start small. The Rotary Garden at Ellis Fischel Cancer Center was born in a community service subcommittee as a simple idea for one Rotary Club to plant a few flower beds. That small idea rapidly turned into a citywide project with 4 clubs and a host of other individuals helping to create a place of peace and inspiration for patients and their families who often face some very difficult times. Rotary's strength lies in the diversity of its members. That was evident as planning sessions for the garden combined the strengths of members from various businesses and professions. Together, they created a plan which would cultivate the garden from concept to reality. In September of 1992, about a year after the idea was first planted, the Columbia Rotary Clubs, the staff of Ellis Fischel Cancer Center, and other community leaders officially broke ground at the garden site. Work on the site actually had begun several days earlier under the careful watch of master landscaper Scotty Garrett, who donated his time and efforts to help create the garden. It's easy to see there was much work to be done. It took about 140 loads of topsoil to create the berms which surround the garden. Three months later, on a crisp December morning with the temperature around 10 degrees, Rotarians donned coats and stocking caps to plant about 80 trees. A day or two earlier, heavy rains had soaked the ground, and now it was frozen. It took more than a shovel to get the hole started. Work days like this became common, and the cold temperatures gave us something to talk about. Donations were a big part of making the project a success. One Rotarian donated all of the concrete work you see, including the gazebo site, the walks, and the bench pads. We obtained the mature trees at cost. The garden was quickly coming to life. But the rains that brought on the Great Flood of 1993 set us back a full year. Still, there was progress. The trees had been in place more than a year, and nearly all of them had flourished. Work days like these gave us the opportunity to eat donuts without any guilt and to enjoy a time of fellowship. We got some work done too. And we had some good help. Now, shortly before the garden's dedication, most of the work was complete with one notable exception, the roof on the gazebo. On September 23, 1994, 3 years, thousands of work hours, and nearly $60,000 after the idea for this project was conceived, the Rotary Garden at Ellis Fischel Cancer Center officially opened. Rotary's involvement continues today. The Ellis Fischel Cancer Center ground crews do a great job keeping the garden beautiful, but we respectfully feel the need to help. So 2 or 3 times a year, we grab our shovels and rakes and get together for a work day at the garden. A memorial now stands in the gazebo to honor loved ones and friends, in addition to recognizing major contributors. The center plaque, provided by Columbia's 4 Rotary clubs, reads, "This garden is dedicated to the patients, families, and friends of the Ellis Fischel Cancer Center for their strength, courage, and commitment. The garden is a place of rest and reflection for all." The Rotary Garden at Ellis Fischel Cancer Center. It didn't just happen. It took a huge commitment from everyone involved. It took compassion, enthusiasm, and a spirit of cooperation to get the job done. A community effort which all Rotarians appreciate, understand, and can take pride in.